Hello and welcome to the Tech Capital's Latam Finance Forum here in São Paulo. Joining me now is Alex Sasaki, Vice President for Latam at Vertiv. And Alex, I'm not going to say welcome to São Paulo because you're based here, so thank you for having us. What do you think of the event today?
First of all, John, thank you very much for inviting us. Wow, it was awesome. I think that you got here the C-level, all the executives that influence the Latin American market. So I think it's very important and mission completed.
All right, good to hear. But look, one thing that has been very clear from today is the appetite to develop the data center industry further. How would you paint a picture of how the industry looks like today, and how do you see it evolving in the next 24 months?
I think both of them. I think, this event, I think it was very important because it reflects the situation that we are here right now. I think we're in a very important moment about a lot of investment, a lot of the perspective of the market. So I think it shows exactly what is being in terms of deploying, in terms of the home market, it's hit up here in Latin America. So I think after that, we are facing, a lot of opportunities about a boom in data center here. So I really expect that this event is the reference that what's going on in the future about the growth of the market, right?
But for some, what you hear a lot here as well is the super data center projects. It's the 1 gigawatt, the 2 gigawatt, the 3 gigawatt, the AI cities, all those things happening across Brazil and even beyond Brazil. Is the continent ready for that? Is the region ready to welcome such high investments, such high power densities into its borders?
Absolutely. I think in terms of infrastructure, we are ready to do that. We have renewable power energy. I think we have a capability, we have a people, skills of doing that. And also we're evolving for a new financial models in order to raise money to enable this kind of investment. So I think we are in the right situation of this moment now.
Okay. When you speak to clients looking to develop facilities here, what would you say are the main bottlenecks that they mention? What's the challenges that they face when they want to erect a facility in Latin America?
I think it's a great question. I think the biggest thing that we're going to do, I think we're working together as a community, as an industry, and also to have much more attractive taxes, right? To be much more competitive in order to tackle this issue.
Tax is an interesting one, and we can open a rabbit hole here, but I'm still going to try. Another thing that's become very evident here is the support that the government is giving to the sector.
That's true.
It's really getting behind it. We've seen with the finance minister going to California. We've seen several different ministries really backing the development of data centers, the AI factories, and all those sort of things. What do you expect to happen in the next, let's say, 12 months? What would you like to happen from a government point of view to make sure that the industry continues to really flourish and can actually flourish? Because bureaucracy can help, but can also undo a lot.
Great question. Also, I was in the minister visit in Palo Alto. I was invited to that meeting, and we're excited. We're looking forward for this decision, also for these benefits. And I understand that in order to have the permanent changes, is the combination of the private and also government initiatives. So we're looking forward to that.
Okay. So, and from that meeting, what was your main takeaway from the meeting in Palo Alto? What's the one thing that really stuck with you?
I think the most important thing is that as a community, as an industry, we need to work together. We need to join forces in order to evolve, to work in benefit of our industry.
Okay. Then, of course, looking at Vertiv, Vertiv is a global company.
Yeah.
We've spoken to everyone, including Giordano, your CEO. We've spoken to everyone. We had all the perspectives. But as someone that really heads the Latin America side of Vertiv, what is the plan for Vertiv in Latin America? Are you going to be opening factories? Are you going to be investing more in the region? And we'll talk about talents after, but just in terms of growing the business in Latin America, what's Vertiv planning?
Oh, good question. So actually, I'm responsible for Latin America business. We work in those 20 countries of Latin America, but we are based in Brazil, Chile, Mexico, and Peru, right? And Colombia. That's the countries that we are based in. And we understand that those countries strategically to cover all the growth of the market, right? So we understand that every location, we are in those locations in order to cover strategic and geographic presence to attain mainly the data center business, right? So What we understand in the situation that we are now. So I understand that Brazil is going to be the main player of the growth of data center. So we need to keep focus on here and also in Mexico, right? So I think those two countries are going to have much more opportunities, going to be the main players of this growth that they're going to face in data center market.
Okay. Another thing that came up a lot today, it's talent. And again, it's not an exclusive problem to Brazil, to Latin America. This conversation comes up anywhere we land in the world. How is Vertiv kind of navigating that? Are you finding the talent that you need? How do you retain talent? How do you gain new talent? Talk us through the diversity and inclusivity kind of framework within the company in the region.
Excellent question. Yeah, we have a lot of initiatives in order also to train and also to attract talents and to work for the next generation. So we have a partnership with Senai, that it's a technical industrial college, not college, school in Brazil, that we do some classes to the students in order to...
How old are they?
It's 15, 14 years old.
So very young,
To introduce what is the data center, the foundation of data center. So we're working the next generation, right? So about 70% of our headcounts are for service department, for engineering department. And we have a lot of work, a lot of rotation plan in terms of benefits, in terms of security of those people. And also diversity is something very important, right? To attract different genders and also the talent. So I think this set of skills is important so you have the develop proposal for our customers.
What would you say is another challenge for the industry in this region? What's one thing that we've not spoken about? Because we've talked about energy, we've talked about government, we've talked about talent. But what's another thing that's top of your mind, and especially when you go out and talk to clients? What's another one? What's a fourth pillar that's a bit cranky?
I think the biggest one is attractiveness of our location, right? So I think that we're still too much expensive to invest here. I mean, not in terms of energy, of power. So I think if we move forward to this direction in order to have to be much more competitive in terms of cost, in terms of tariff, I think we're in good shape to be one of the main players of data center globally.
Okay, sounds good. And Alex, so when we come back here in 12 months' time for the 2026 edition of the Latin Finance Forum, what's the one thing that you would like to see have happened? What's your wish for the sector in the next 12 months? And it can be Brazil or Latam. Like, what's the wish that you have for 12 months' time?
Excellent question. What I've seen or I've noticed working in this market is that it evolves very fast. It's evolving in an exponential way. So I think that all the perspective that we're seeing about the growth really happens, really makes through the next year. So market double, will be 3 times. I think this is my expectation for next year.
Growth, deliverance, and achievement.
That's it. That's it.
Alex Sasaki, Vice President for Latin America for Vertiv. Thank you so much for talking to me. As for your home, thank you for watching, and do check our website and social media for the latest digital infrastructure news from across the globe. At the Tech Capital, you lead, we report. Bye for now.